Hi YouTube, how you doing? I'm Pastor Rick. Welcome to Truth Pastor TV. Um, it took me a while to get this video going because I didn't know exactly where to start. There is so much deceit going on in the world right now. It's absolutely incredible. Um, but I think I'm going to start here. Slavery in 2018. How many people out there actually think you are a free person of the world? And I don't mean free as in you have a passport, you could jump on a plane and go to France or Germany or Italy or Rome. That's not freedom. I'm talking about, are you a free person of the world? And when you look at that, you have to think about this. If you or I chose, let's say, to have a party on Friday, we're going to get together with a bunch of our friends and we're going to do some mushrooms, magic mushrooms, or peyote, or some acid, or smoke some weed. Are you free to do that? Now, you're not hurting anybody. You're expanding your own mind. You're experimenting with your own body. You're not infringing on anybody else. Can you actually do that? And the answer is no. When you're under threat of losing your freedom because you decide that you want to do some acid or magic mushrooms or whatever, you are not a free person. I'm sorry, you're not. When you could lose your freedom for expanding your mind, trying to experience something spiritual, it's just not there. We have given so much control to the government, to religious sects, to people that we think are supposed to be looking out for us, the common people. And everybody's getting rich while you and I stay here, middle class, poor, and we can be thrown in jail for not doing anything to anybody else. Now, don't get me wrong, if you're out breaking the law so that you can get high, then it's wrong. And yeah, I mean, there has to be laws for that. But as far as I'm concerned, if you're walking down the street and a cop pulls you over and you've got a half ounce of cocaine on you for a party this weekend, the fucking cop should give you back your dope and send you on your way. That is what would make you a free person of this world, the earth. You can't do that, folks. You can't. Because guaranteed you get stopped and you got a half ounce of mushrooms on you, or half ounce of coke, or a few hits of acid that you're planning on doing this weekend, and they can take your freedom away and throw you in jail for up to life for wanting to expand your own mind and dwell into your own psyche and your own body, then we are no longer free people. We are slaves to the government. I thought slavery was abolished a long time ago, but let's face it, folks, it's still alive. I'm a Canadian, and I'm a slave to the Canadian system. If you're in the U.S., you're a slave to the U.S. system. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. There's very few people that are actually free people of the world. And they're usually found in little tribes off in the Amazon or Brazil or wherever, that are free, that if they want to do ayahuasca for a spiritual ceremony, they're free to do that. And nobody's running in there throwing them in jail. I mean, listen, there's going to be weak people in the world. And it doesn't matter whether it's addiction to drugs, addicted to gambling. Fucking people are addicted to fucking McDonald's, for fuck's sakes. Come on. Seriously. There's weak-willed people, weak-minded people in the world. And you have to accept that. It's just a fact of life. And unfortunately, to throw that person in jail, take their freedom away for not hurting anybody else, or not infringing on anybody else's liberties, or not stealing, stuff like that. Why can't we be able to experiment with our own mind and body? It's just, it's ludicrous, people. You know, it's funny because when you look at the system, people like the Clintons, Bill and Hillary, made their money from cocaine. The Army is bringing cocaine over from Noriega's territory, from Mexico. They're importing this shit. If you do some research, you'll find out that the CIA first LSD was brought in Detroit, sold and promoted in predominantly black and Hispanic neighborhoods. The government gets rich. The CIA used that money to fund their war with Noriega. And then the cops, they tell the cops, well, now go get our dope back. Throw those people in jail, they're crooks. Well, come on, man, who's the real crook? And Bill and Hillary, they're just out, you know, living the lavish lifestyle and able to come and go. They're not in jail. But you get caught with their dope, you go to jail. So, I mean, freedom doesn't exist, my friends. I'm sorry. It really doesn't. Now, some people are out there saying, well, dope's bad for you anyways. And in some cases, you're right. But here's where the problem is. All things that are natural, cannabis, magic mushrooms, poppies, cocoa leaves, ayahuasca, peyote, those are all natural, and they've been used as medicine for thousands and thousands of years. Then all of a sudden the government says, well, geez, we need to make some money, so here comes the war on drugs. The war isn't on drugs, it's a war on people. And you got to know this. The penal system is a business. It's a business, folks. It is a sad, decrepit business. Now, we do need jails. If you're a violent fuck, you have no right in society. You shouldn't be out there. If you can't control yourself and you just fly off the handle and beat rape and kill and stuff like that, there's no room for you in society. You need to be taken off the street. But people that want to experiment with their own mind and body should not be included in that process at all. I mean, geez, you figure things would get easier, but you know, this is what happens when you give the government that kind of control. They take more liberties, and they say, oh, we're doing this for you and your grandkids and your children, and it's going to make the world a better place. No, it's not, folks. They are tearing society apart and putting their thumb right over us and taking more and more and more. And when's it going to be enough? It will never be enough for them. I'm sorry, it just won't. The more you give, the more they will take, the more they will expect. And if you don't bow down and kowtow to them, then you're an enemy. And if you're an enemy, they're going to lock you up. Folks, this is my first video. So I probably stumbled and stammered and, you know, got off track a little bit here and there. And I'm sorry for that. But over the next little while, I'm going to be dwelling into a bunch of controversial topics that we have been lied to and manipulated, and people have had their lives ruined. People have lost their life trying to expose these things. We're going to be looking at that stuff, and maybe together, you and I and everybody watching this can figure out a way to get some of that freedom back. I want to thank you for joining me today. If you like this topic, if you like the ideas that I'm trying to bring forth here, please like and share this video, subscribe, turn on the notification, hit the little bell, and let's get some truth talk going. We've had enough lies. We've had enough lies for a lifetime. We've had enough manipulation and enough control for a lifetime. I do not want to see, by the time I pass, my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren be enslaved to a system that's not what God intended for us. It's not. God made us each individuals. He made us a free person. We should be able to come and go on this earth anywhere we want. Borders, bullshit. If you're in a cold climate and you decide, hey, I'm better suited for the warm climate, we should be able to go and do that. But if you broke a little law 30 years ago, that excludes you from being able to do that. So yes, slavery is alive and well in 2018. I'll see you next time, folks. Please subscribe. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.